Greetings, salutations, and all those good things. I am Celestial Saturn, and I came back today with more Vampire Therapists. So, where we left off, we found out that this hulking giant here is Bert. This is Crimson, and we are playing our good boy here, Sam, and we are about to go and meet Andromachos. I wanted to play more of this game. I like this game. I like how it's going. So, let's keep going.
Have fun, mate.
Is that all he says?
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
When I come back down, Crimson, you and I need to go on a date. Oh. I don't know if it showed up on your side, but it kind of glitched with those drawn curtains.
Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
I am a sucker for a nice looking library. And this is a nice looking library. I want this so badly. I didn't even listen to what he was saying because if you want to distract me, all you have to do is just show me a nice library.
Yes, I know who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our kin.
Dude. Is just everybody in this game sexy, or am I just a very deprived individual? Both are extremely possible, but everybody's a good-looking son of a bitch. Yeah, I see the machos and Andromacho.
The question is, are you first able to help yourself?
No, I am not. I help those who can help themselves. But can I help myself? Can I be honest enough to say that I can help myself? Like, not as the character, but as the player. I don't think I could.
I don't know that I can help myself, but I'm trying my best.
That's all I ever ask for. Just try your best.
Then you have already learned the most important thing I can teach. We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
I guess I gave the right answer. Hooray. Why am I just a sucker for dudes like this?
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless. Please, sit down.
Alrighty.
What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
What kind of messages do you send? Like, I'm just curious, from a 16 or 1800s vampire and a 3,000-year-old vampire, how do your emails look? I would love to read their emails. Honestly, I want to see how they type. I want to see the type of like language and stuff they actually use in their emails. I want to know.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Young.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
I mean, there's never a bad time to learn more.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
What kind of revelations?
Oh, yeah, them. Well, I give Walken the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though. See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive.
True.
Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something.
True.
And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
I mean, we hyperfixate on things that aren't really the root of the cause. But it's easier to fix those than to really fix what's at the very base of what makes you be the way you are. Being set in your ways kind of sucks, but it's also a comfort and a familiarity. So yeah, you get set in your ways because you don't want to be shown as wrong. You don't want to be seen as outdated, and you really don't want to venture out because change is a frightening thing. So yeah, I can kind of understand like more or less all of it. And I hate that the fact that it keeps moving my cursor back to the middle. Why does it want to be in the middle for so bad?
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Cognitive whoozy what now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
Okay. Saloon thinking. I think the saloon thinking would be a good one.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless.
Yeah. That actually is a very good way of explaining it.
It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Yep.
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
He has such tiny fangs. It's so cute.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush.
If I had all the time in the world, I probably would just be in this room and never come out.
What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control.
Yes.
Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy.
Well, I'm getting a bit of a therapy session and learning something new.
Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang. And maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Control fallacy and the sunk cost fallacy. Put together, that's kind of sucks.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be. Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
Alright. Isn't that like High Noon Mind?
Well, that ain't no control fallacy. You got powers I can only dream of.
I do, but that does not mean I am always in control. The universe is vast and mysterious, and my understanding of it is limited.
At least you're smart enough to know you don't know everything. At least you have enough self-awareness and humility to say that you can know a lot of things, but you'll never know everything.
Oh, I get it. So even for you, it's a control fallacy to think you're all-powerful.
Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative.
Yeah.
Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one.
Okay.
The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
Would that be a control fallacy? Sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there's little I can do about it. I mean,
Well, that sounds like one of them control fallacies.
or was it?
With all eternity, heck, I think you could do something to save the sun.
No, he wouldn't be able to save the sun because once the energy that is used for the sun burns out, it's going to turn into either a dwarf star or a black hole. So, yeah, you can't really fix that unless you can have like a huge superpower and throw some asteroids in that thing to keep it kindling.
I applaud your optimism and ambition, Samuel, but some things we must be prepared to accept, and the death of the sun is one of them. But let us continue.
I am not going to get this, folks.
My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
Hot branding?
Pay attention, Samuel. We are considering only control fallacies at the moment. Let me repeat myself.
Okay.
My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but you could always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
Just the way that the dude said kitty cat was just hilarious. Okay.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified.
Excuse me, what? What? There is a lot to unpack on that one sentence.
I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
I want to see the beginnings of your life as a vampire. I have questions.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
Yeah.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
Okay. Yeah, explain the high noon mind thing.
Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do or die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
Right.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in Mortal Kombat long before the age of gunpowder.
I mean, yeah, there's positives and negatives of being this old.
But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marcus Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Who you been dating? And you called him Marky?
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marky was a bedroom name.
Okay. Okay. So, you got around.
You mean you and the emperor were...
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
Okay, give me a moment. I mean, he's not wrong. I love learning about ancient Rome, and Pompeii still has most of the stuff before the Reformation, so he's not wrong. I just did not expect to hear it. Yeah.
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mine. I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Okay.
Nosferatu thinking?
It means you are thinking in black and white.
I like the old movies that involve Nosferatu. Yeah, that's very cute.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful.
True.
Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
But yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking.
It is 1 in the morning and I cannot even think of thinking. But I'll try.
I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
Alright.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
I mean, I think that is Nosferatu thinking.
Is that Nosferatu thinking?
No, Samuel. In this case, I am not arguing with reality. If we do not drink blood, we die. This is a fact of being a vampire.
I've always wondered about that because, like, the whole thing is, like, mostly is, of course, like, platelets and blood, but it's also very oxygen and iron heavy. So if you were to take iron supplements, would that kind of alleviate some of the need?
Let us continue. Death eventually comes for us all.
I mean, yeah, that is true.
Mortals will always fear our kind.
That is the thing.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Yeah.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might not.
Yeah, talking in absolutes. Okay, I'm starting to get it.
Always is such a terminal word, is it not?
Right.
Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
Okay, hot
See,
branding.
I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard.
And I probably agree.
Once I got away, I realized how small-minded that was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself.
Okay.
My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
Did you turn them into vampires?
Very astute, Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling. You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill.
Ah.
For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin. But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had.
You know what? That is some pretty interesting thoughts, you know?
See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements.
I doubt I will. The last 2 times I couldn't figure that shit out.
I am so old, I am ancient.
We all know that. You're 3,000 years old. And you were talking about getting penetrated, so yeah.
Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner.
Really? Dad jokes? No.
How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
Of women's hearts. And apparently men's too, but yeah.
Well, that's about as clear a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
Thank you.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me.
It's called character development.
Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
No.
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
Also, I want to know about that ring.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Okay, so yeah, 1800s.
Oh, come on, you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
I mean, ain't we all?
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
All right, I get it. I'm labeling myself.
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
Yep.
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves.
Right.
As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges. One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
Well, you ain't trying hard enough.
I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied.
Awesome.
I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking.
Oh man, I didn't know there was gonna be an exam. I mean, I'm kind of good at them.
I will give you a series of stigmats, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify. I will begin.
Okay, I think I can do this.
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
I think I know which one that is, but my first question is why was your first thought of them shitting all over your floor? Is that Nosferatu thinking?
Well, that ain't
No.
right. He's acting powerless, like a man clinging to the whiskey bottle. What Andromako say that distortion was?
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when
Okay,
they
so-
turn into bats at the end of the night.
I guess it's control fallacy?
Well, there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
I would have so many questions.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel.
Thank
Let
you.
me try another.
Like, yeah, I have many questions.
I am Andromachus, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal's bane.
And a lover of 100 men. Labeling?
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
True.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
Nosferatu thinking. Boss, so you're like 3,000 years old. If your revenue and your nest egg is not like significant at this point, just walk into the sun.
That there's got to be Nosferatu thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Yeah, I don't think you can live on the street, dude.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway.
Exactly. You made sure that you had some money behind this. If you made it to 3,000 years and you screwed everything up and lost everything, walk into the sun. Take that burn. Dissolve into ash. But I will also get all my banking, like any kind of like talks or like some, the word is blanking on me. Like this is the dude I would be talking to about banking and everything. Like, I really cannot think.
Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
What is it?
Anything. I'm here to learn.
You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
You know what? Fair enough. We gotta make sure our heads are in the right place before we try to help others get their heads in the right place.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
But that can always change.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
I have.
I have. I didn't even notice.
I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them. You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
Okay.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this, old cowpoke.
This is interesting.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance. Drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
I want to see the cowboy dance. I am very eager to see the cowboy dance.
Okay, then. Well, sir, it's been an honor.
You don't have to call me sir, you know.
You are older than me, and I am Southern. We come out of the womb saying sir and ma'am. You can't get that out of someone in a day. You could have been my exact age, and I will still say it.
All right, then, Andromachos.
Andromachos.
Andromachos. Oh.
Hey, Andromachos.
How about Andy?
Just call me Andy.
I knew it. But Andromachos sounds so cool.
All right, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow then. Dang, look at all them mortals, sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty, but there ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on a dance floor.
Well, this one ran a little bit long, but I'm going to stop it here. We had a very good and very revealing talk with Andy. We're understanding more of our little 3 ways of thoughts down here. But it is late. I need sleep and to have a bit of a thought about these little revelations. Like, comment, subscribe if anyone actually watches. I am definitely going to continue playing this game with our good old boy Sam. So you guys, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.